Hi YouTube, Barron's Beauty here. Just wanted to come by, do a quick video just to update you all on changes that I've made to my Texlax stretching process. As you all know, I normally would do a Texlax process after stretching for 4 months. However, I've had to make some changes to that. And so that you all would understand why I made the changes that I made, let me just give you all a brief overview of my Texlax stretching history. When I first started stretching a few years ago, I was actually stretching 6 months. So that was me doing a chemical process twice a year. Sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah, but it was not good for my hair care journey. Basically, it came down to ignorance, the lack of knowledge on how to care for my textured hair. One of the things is that my hair natural texture, grows in tight coils. So when I was bone straight, the natural sebum that my scalp was producing, it had a way of traveling down the hair strand and, doing what it's designed to do. However, when I was going through long-term stretches, that sebum could not manipulate through those coils and get to the regular hair strand and lubricate it like it's supposed to. So I had to learn that I had to supplement that. And then when I learned that I had to supplement it, I still wasn't doing it right. I was pretty much getting the oil and the moisturizer on my hair, but I was not really putting any care into my new growth area, which was actually the driest part of my hair strand. So my hair went through a battle of dryness, and you all know what comes with dryness: breakage. Okay, so I had to learn that I had to really moisturize and seal my new growth area as well as the rest of my hair strand. Another thing is I had to realize that the products that I was accustomed to using when I was bone straight relaxed was not going to kick it when it came to trying to moisturize my new growth. My hair was just too dry in that area. It just drank up moisture. So I needed moisturizers that was more thicker, that had more conditioning base to it. I needed something that would hold and something that would really combat that dryness. So I had to, change up products. Another thing is technique. I had to change how I was doing some things. Like, for example, in my long-term stretches, when I try and shampoo my hair, I tell you, I would have a tangled mess up at the top. I'm talking about tangled mess. I don't care how much I detangle before I wash. By the time I finished washing, it was a tangle wreck. So I had to change how I shampooed. I actually had to shampoo my hair like how many natural shampoo their hair, putting them in twists. And then once I got that worked, another big problem I had was my demarcation point, caring for that area. Ladies, please get educated on your demarcation points. And if you don't know what that is, that's where two textures come together, okay? Just like how we put extra care into the ends of our hair because it is the oldest and weakest part of the hair strand. Well, ladies, understand that your demarcation points also need extra care because it is also the weakest part of your hair strand. And like myself, dryness plus weakness, breakage, okay? So I had to, learn about that and start putting some care into that. I actually have two products in my regimen now that is strictly for my demarcation point and my ends. That's all it is for it because it needs that extra strengthening. So like I said, get educated on that. But nevertheless, once I figured a lot of those things out, I was doing pretty good handling the long-term stretch. However, I had to realize that what sounds good, what's good in theory, is not always good for my personal hair care journey. And for the benefit of it, I had to scale it back. I had to then each month analyze my hair and see at what point can I say my hair can no longer go further stretching. And I found that 4 months was that time frame. So when I discovered that, I was 4 months into a stretch, and then I found out I was pregnant. And for me, there was not enough research out there that made me feel comfortable to do a chemical process while I was pregnant. So I just decided that I was not going to do it. Hey, I love this stuff, but I loved what was down there a whole lot more. And that's what took precedence in my life at the time. So I just decided until I can come up with a way that was comfortable for me, I was not going to do a chemical process. So you're looking at 4 months into a stretch and then and then not doing not doing the chemical process until I was 9 months pregnant, because that's when I found a way to do it that was comfortable for me, and I'll discuss that later. But you're looking at 13 months of new growth, and unlike some ladies who I've heard go through some bad times when I was pregnant, unlike them, my hair really thrived during pregnancy. My new growth was the bomb. It was growing in thick, it was growing in healthy, and it was growing in a lot. All the things that we like, ladies, isn't it? Yeah, but it was not the right time in my life. I was high-risk pregnancy. I was sick all the time. I was under 4 doctors' care, okay? So I could not give my hair, I didn't have the energy to give my hair what it needed. I was going through trying to handle 3 different textures, okay? I had the straight ends, I had the textured hair in the middle, and then I had natural hair, a whole lot of natural hair. And like I said earlier, my hair tend to be very dry. So you would think that I was moisturizing and sealing like I was supposed to. Yeah, should have been, but I wasn't, okay? And my hair really suffered. I wasn't even washing my hair like I normally do. You all know for the last, 10 plus years, I've been washing my hair once a week. Well, while I was pregnant, I was probably washing my hair once every 6-7 weeks. Moisturizing and sealing, I probably was doing that once a week. And sometimes probably was going a week and a half without moisturizing and sealing. And I'm just keeping it real. I was just so sick all of the time. So like I said, I wasn't able to give my hair the care that it needed, and my hair really suffered. Like I said, I had 3 different textures going on. I had 2 demarcation points. One was where my natural hair was meeting up with the textured hair. And then the second one was where the textured hair was meeting up with the relaxed hair. So it's like I had so many different elements going on. 3 different textures, 2 different demarcation points, and not enough time, not enough care. And it was a disaster. My hair was breaking off at the first demarcation point because of dryness, just strictly dryness. I just couldn't do it. Then my hair started breaking off at the second demarcation point where the textured hair met up with the relaxed hair, because I was wearing my hair in protective styles. And maybe I shouldn't say styles with an S and say style, and that was just a ponytail. That's all I wore pretty much 90% of the time while I was pregnant. So what was happening is I would just take the ponytail holder off, manicure the outside of the ponytail, and put the ponytail holder back on. And over time, that ponytail holder began to break my hair strand down right at that demarcation point. It was causing the strand to actually degenerate, and it just started breaking really bad. So I had different length hair. I had some lengths where my hair broke off at the top, so I had just nothing but natural hair. Then some lengths, it was broken off right at my textured point. I just had a mess going on. So what I decided is, okay, I have my hair, it's growing in a lot, it's growing in healthy and thick, all the great recipe for what we want on a hair care journey. So what I decided is I would get it braided up for the remainder of my pregnancy. Bad idea. You all know I don't use a blow dryer. So when I washed my hair the day before going to the braiding parlor, I washed it and I did the tension air dry method. And you know, ladies, that's where you take and you put ponytails, well, you pull at the new growth, you know, apply some tension, put the ponytail holder on and let it air dry while your new growth has been stretched. And so that morning I then put in a big ponytail. I went to the braiding parlor. The lady took the ponytail holder off and she was like, "Oh, you're transitioning." And I was just like, yeah. And so she went and got that blow dryer with that attachment onto it, put that sucker on high, and she just went whacking at my new growth. Ladies, I was just like in a state of shock. In my mind, I was screaming out loud, "Stop!" But physically, I could not move. It's like nothing would come out. And it's, you know, my hair just ended up getting unneeded tension. Not attention, but tension. Unneeded heat because it was already damaged and going through a lot. So I ended up suffering some damage from that. Then I had suffered some damage because of the tight braiding. So when I took my hair out, of the braids, my hair was just coming out left and right. So I was like, oh God. So I sat down and said, okay, I need to come up with a way that I can do a Texlax process. I was in my 9th month, 9 months, 1 weekend. And what I did was I had my husband to apply the apply the Texlax process. Yeah, I said my husband, but I had him to apply it, leaving 1 inch of new growth. So basically the application, the Texlax cream was not applied until it was like my scalp, then 1 inch of new growth, and then he applied it. So that way I felt comfortable that no relaxer, no chemical was getting on my scalp. So and I rinsed it out immediately after he applied it, and I felt good about that. I didn't leave it on at all. As soon as he finished applying it, I washed it out, because I was not trying to go for anything other than manageability. So after I had my baby, I nursed for 14 months. So I was still taking the prenatal vitamins, still got that good growth coming in, but that was okay because I was able to do the Texlax process. Well, you all know a few months ago I ended up having to cut about 4.5, 5 inches off due to the the damage that I suffered while I was pregnant, as well as I had some shedding going on. So what I did was I came up with a hair growth elixir that actually pretty much months and months of research. I came up with this concoction that was doing really good. Even my husband was amazed how much growth I had gotten, because he was the one that actually cut my hair. But nevertheless, my hair was growing in healthy, it was growing in thick, and it was increased growth. What does that sound like, ladies? Yeah, what I went through when I was pregnant. So I knew I wasn't having it this go round. So what I said is, let me see at what point, again, do I need to stop my stretch. And this last go round, I can only go 3 months. So what I've decided is I'll go between 3 and 4 months. If I can go a little bit past 3, I'll go, but I'm not going over 4 months. We all know that. And the other thing is, I went on ahead and tried the Just For Me texture softener again. Many of you know that I tried that when I first started doing Texlaxing, and it did not loosen my curl pattern as much as I wanted. So I started using regular relaxers to do my Texlax, but I've been watching some YouTube videos lately, and I've seen how other women talk about how they use the Just For Me texture softener. So I tried it again, and I loved it. It made my hair soft the first few times I used it, and this time it made my hair super duper soft. So I really love it. I just had to come up with a process that'll work. And what worked this go round is, after I applied the texture softener, I actually manipulated my hair some by just doing some light pressing in, and it actually did wonderful. I still have that texture. One negative thing is that my front grows in, my natural texture pattern is a little bit looser than my back. So I really didn't need to manipulate my front as much as my back, and I forgot about that, and I manipulated my front just as much as I did my back. So my front actually have a looser curl pattern than the back, but that's okay because it makes my ponytail look like the bomb. So those are the changes that I made. I'll be now stretching for minimum 3 months, and the most I'll go is 4 months. And also I'll be using the Just For Me texture softener. I love it. I'm still going to work with trying to tweak it. I think next go round when I apply it, I am going to probably coat my hair with the conditioner and then leave it on instead of manipulating it, you know, patting it down. I don't know. I'll come up with something, but I just want to come and just, you know, update you all. I am going to bring a video when my hair is wet, so you all can see the curl pattern, how it, the Just For Me loosened it up, how you all can, how it looks when it's wet. So, you know, you all can get an idea. But from this point on out, I will be using the Just For Me texture softener. That's my baby now, and we're going to give that a go. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, and I love you, and God bless.